You probably know that Robert Lewandowski scored 41 goals in the Bundesliga during the 2020-2021 season. He broke Gerd Müller's record. The surprise is, he didn't score in 3 consecutive Bundesliga matches during this incredible season. So, the question is, what goes through the minds of top attackers when they fail to score in 3 matches in a row? How does this impact them, both on the field and in their personal lives? And how do they handle it and bounce back like Lewandowski did? Let's find out. Remember when Cristiano Ronaldo stepped up for the decisive penalty in the 2016 UEFA Champions League final? The collective breath of millions was held in suspense. The expectations, the hopes, the dreams of countless fans were all hinged on this singular moment of potential brilliance or despair. Cristiano was in the mess of feeling nervous. You've probably once felt your heart race at the thought of speaking in public. Now, amplify that by 1,000,000. Players often carry the weight of expectations from various sources: fans who live and breathe with their team's fortunes, coaches who strategize and depend on players to execute plans, teammates who work tirelessly towards a common goal, and personal expectations rooted in an athlete's dedication and dreams. The anticipation of performing in front of millions, coupled with the desire to meet or surpass expectations, can heighten anxiety levels. This anxiety can affect concentration, disrupt timing, and impair decision-making, making the task of scoring seem more daunting than in practice sessions. But what does this weight of expectation exactly do to an athlete's performance? Psychological theory. Sports psychology delves deep into this, unveiling the theory of social facilitation. This concept suggests that the mere presence of others can boost performance in tasks where an athlete excels, but might hinder them in more complex scenarios or when their skills are not up to the mark. In moments packed with pressure, even seasoned professionals can find their routine tasks daunting, transforming a simple goal shot into a Herculean challenge due to psychological burdens. But could there be a silver lining to the anxiety that athletes face? Imagine the electrifying energy of a stadium filled with fans, all eyes on the player about to take the game-deciding penalty kick. The immense pressure, the palpable expectation. What if these elements could be transformed into a powerful ally? This is the positive side of anxiety. Yes, anxiety, often viewed as an adversary, can also play the role of a catalyst in enhancing performance. Psychological research. This dual nature of anxiety brings us to an intriguing aspect of sports psychology: the concept of optimal anxiety, also known as the Yerkes-Dodson law. This principle suggests that there is a sweet spot of arousal that can significantly boost performance. Not enough anxiety, and an athlete may lack the necessary motivation and alertness. Too much anxiety, and the player might be overwhelmed, leading to decreased performance. However, when the level of anxiety is just right, it can sharpen focus, increase energy, and improve overall performance. Example: consider the iconic moments in football history where players have turned the tide under immense pressure. Moments like Zinedine Zidane's unforgettable volley in the 2002 UEFA Champions League final or Andrés Iniesta's World Cup winning goal in 2010. These instances exemplify how athletes can channel their anxiety into a driving force, propelling them to achieve moments of brilliance that are etched in the annals of sports history. The key lies in the athlete's mindset. By viewing anxiety as a challenge to be met rather than a threat to be avoided, players can harness their nervous energy to enhance concentration, reaction times, and finally performance. This mental shift transforms anxiety from a foe to an ally, enabling athletes to approach high-pressure situations with confidence and determination. But you're probably saying that even as athletes start seeing anxiety as helpful, the fear of messing up still sneaks up on them. What do they do when thinking about missing the goal makes their heart race? And how does it affect the player about to make the potentially game-winning shot? This is the shadow of fear. Psychological research. Research in the realm of sports psychology, such as studies conducted by Dr. Jürgen Beckman and his colleagues, delves into choking under pressure, a phenomenon where the fear of failure causes an athlete's performance to plummet at critical moments. This fear isn't just a fleeting thought, it's a psychological barrier that can dramatically alter the outcome of a match. Example: reflect on the tension-filled penalty by Lionel Messi during the 2018 World Cup against Iceland. In a moment where the anticipation of millions converged on his shoulders, Messi, an icon of footballing genius, was called upon to deliver. Yet, as his foot met the ball, the outcome was a save by the goalkeeper. This scenario was not a reflection of Messi's skill being wanting. It was the colossal pressure and the looming specter of failure that veiled his usual precision. This instance serves as a stark illustration that even legends are not immune to the psychological enormity of the moment, showing how the shadow of failure can unsettle even the most seasoned professionals. But why does this happen? The answer lies in the athlete's mind. When the fear of failing becomes predominant, it triggers a physiological response: increased heart rate, rapid breathing, and muscle tension, all of which can detract from an athlete's usual precision and skill. The brain, overwhelmed by the stress of the moment, diverts focus from the task at hand to the potential consequences of failure, leading to a self-fulfilling prophecy of defeat. Now, we've all seen many football players manage to score in moments filled with intense fear. So, the shadow of fear could be reframed, and players can probably turn it from a paralyzing force into a powerful motivator. Let's see how. Michael Jordan. Approach. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest athletes of all time, famously said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Jordan's approach to fear and failure offers a masterclass in mental resilience. He viewed each miss, each loss as a step toward victory. This mindset transforms the fear of failure into a compelling force for motivation and continuous improvement. But how does this apply to football and sports psychology? Psychological study. Studies in sports psychology highlight the concept of fear of failure as a dual-edged sword. Researchers like Dr. Carol Dweck has shown that athletes with a growth mindset, those who see challenges as opportunities to learn, use fear as a catalyst for enhancement. They embrace the tension, the nervous energy, and channel it into their performance, allowing them to rise to the occasion rather than shrink away. Here comes the role of psychological training techniques such as visualization, positive self-talk, and mindfulness can help players reframe their approach to fear. By visualizing success, engaging in constructive self-dialogue, and staying grounded in the present, players learn to see fear not as a harbinger of failure, but as a sign of the significance of the moment and an opportunity for greatness. By embracing fear and learning to harness its energy, athletes can turn what once seemed like their biggest obstacle into their greatest source of strength. In this light, the heartbeat before the penalty kick becomes not a moment of dread, but a call to greatness, a challenge to be met with courage and determination. So, in the high-stakes world of competitive sports, where the margin between victory and defeat is razor-thin, the mental game plays as crucial a role as physical prowess. But what happens when an athlete's focus, sharpened to a pinpoint on the desired outcome, becomes so narrow that it obscures everything else? We're talking about the focus that becomes myopia. This phenomenon presents a fascinating paradox in the psychological journey of athletes. It reveals a trap where the very drive to succeed can inadvertently lead to a diminished performance. Now let's see, how does this intense focus on the end goal distort an athlete's perspective? And more importantly, what can be done to navigate this mental minefield? Consider the quarterback who, with seconds left on the clock and the game on the line, must execute a flawless play to clinch victory. The pressure to deliver in such a moment is immense, and it's here that the risk of focus becoming myopia is highest. The athlete might become so obsessed with the outcome, maybe a perfect pass or a winning touchdown, that they lose sight of the immediate, critical steps needed to get there. This hyper-focus can cloud judgment, leading to overlooked opportunities or misjudged decisions. Psychological theory. Even sports psychology researchers have talked about this. Studies, such as those examining the effects of goal setting on performance, suggest that while specific challenging goals can enhance performance, overly focusing on these goals without considering the process can hinder an athlete's ability to perform under pressure. The concept of process versus outcome goals comes into play, advocating for a balance between the two. Outcome goals focus on the result, whereas process goals concentrate on the actions required to achieve that result. Maintaining this balance is key to avoiding the pitfalls of focus-induced myopia. Example: let's delve deep into the history of Tom Brady, the NFL quarterback renowned for his come-from-behind victories. He exemplifies the mastery of this balance. Brady's ability to remain calm and focused on the present, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, showcases the art of keeping one's mind attuned to the moment. Instead of being consumed by the pressure of the final score, Brady focuses on executing each play to the best of his ability, a strategy that has led to numerous dramatic victories. His approach underscores the importance of staying grounded in the present, a lesson in how maintaining a broader perspective can unlock an athlete's true potential. How then can athletes cultivate this balanced focus? Have you ever marveled at how some players seem to perform best when the stakes are highest? What allows them to channel their concentration effectively, turning the pressure of the moment into a catalyst for triumph? The secret lies in the art of positive focus, a skill that, when mastered, can transform the potential of any athlete. Positive focus empowers athletes to navigate high-pressure scenarios with grace and precision. It's not just about zoning in on the goal, it's about embracing a broader awareness that encompasses both the journey and the destination. This form of focus allows athletes to remain present, adaptable, and fully engaged with the task at hand, turning each step towards their goal into a deliberate and meaningful action. Psychological research in sports psychology, highlights the immense benefits of positive focus. Studies have shown that athletes who engage in mindful focusing, a technique that emphasizes awareness of the present moment without judgment, tend to perform better under pressure. This approach helps mitigate anxiety, sharpen concentration, and enhance the enjoyment of the performance itself. It demonstrates how athletes can harness the adrenaline rush to enhance their focus and power, while controlling its potential negative impacts, such as overthinking or muscle tension. 'Cause yes, just when you thought it was all in their heads, their bodies join the party, uninvited. It is the physical tension. When we talk about the physical toll of mental stress, it's crucial to understand how the body responds to psychological pressure. Stress triggers the body's fight or flight response, releasing adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare the body for immediate action, but their effects can be double-edged. On one hand, they heighten alertness and energy, potentially aiding performance. On the other hand, they can lead to muscle tension, rapid heartbeat, and shallow breathing, which can undermine an athlete's ability to perform at their best. This interplay between the mind and body can dictate the outcome of high-pressure moments, underscoring the importance of mental resilience not only for psychological well-being, but also for physical execution. Psychological stress often translates into physical tension, which can alter an athlete's natural movement patterns and reduce their effectiveness. In high-stakes situations like scoring a goal, even slight changes in physical execution can make the difference between success and failure. Recognizing this, athletes can take proactive steps to mitigate these effects. Techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindfulness can help in managing stress levels, ultimately reducing the physical symptoms of anxiety. By incorporating these practices into their routine, athletes can maintain a calmer state of mind, allowing for smoother, more controlled movements. This shift not only enhances performance, but also safeguards an athlete's mental and physical health, turning potential obstacles into opportunities for mastery. Psychological research. Research in sports psychology also provides insights into this topic. Dr. Sian Beilock, a cognitive scientist, explores the phenomenon of choking under pressure in her book, Choke: What the Secrets of the Brain Reveal About Getting It Right When You Have to. Beilock's research examines how high-pressure situations can lead to performance breakdowns, highlighting the role of attentional control, working memory, and the importance of practice conditions that mimic game day pressures to improve performance in critical moments. But seriously, when those players are lining up the shot, do you reckon they're pondering the intricate dance of cortisol and adrenaline in their veins? Or are they just terrified of becoming the internet's next big joke, or, heaven forbid, disappointing their pet goldfish who's probably sitting at home judging them with those little beady eyes?